Sandy Pines Wildlife Center rehabilitates over 6,000 wild animals every year. Along with providing medical care to wildlife in distress, they also offer educational programs on empathy and compassion for wildlife. You can learn more about what they do at their upcoming wildlife baby shower and open house. And here to tell us more about it is Leah Birmingham, Medical Director at Sandy Pines Wildlife Center. Thanks so much for being here today, Leah.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having us and talking about Sandy Pines.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where we can start. Could you tell us a little bit about Sandy Pines Wildlife Center?
Definitely. So Sandy Pines Wildlife Center was established about almost 30 years ago now. Wow. Sue Meach and her husband, Donald Angus, started it on their hobby farm. It started with one litter of baby raccoons that the Humane Society asked them to take in. Yep. And year after year, more people kept rolling down the driveway with orphaned wildlife that needed care. And Sue started to realize, wow, there's a real need for this out there. There's a lot of wild animals that people don't know what to do with when they're injured, and they're not necessarily, going to a vet clinic with them or, taking them someplace that they can get the proper care. So she just created this charity and brought in the right people, and now nearly 30 years later we're helping 6,000 animals a year. So
incredible.
I got to watch it grow from about 500 animals a year to where we are now.
Wow. And as you mentioned, a charity, right? So a lot of or pretty much all of the funds, the funds to run this come through fundraising. And so the baby shower and open house is one of the major fundraising events.
It is our biggest.
The biggest.
It is our biggest.
So how about you tell us a little bit about that event?
It's a great day. We open the doors. It's the only time of year really that we have animals in care that aren't really impacted by a lot of humans. Mm-hmm. Normally, I think most people know and are disappointed at times that they can't tour through Sandy Pines because our patients are wild and they're terrified, and being scared and stressed slows down healing and therefore isn't conducive to what we're trying to do with getting them back out in the wild. So we normally have our doors shut to the public, but this one day a year, all of our patients are pretty much juveniles, very young. They don't even really realize the people are in the building. And so it's a good day for people to kind of get that inside look at what's going on when you bring an animal to Sandy Pines. What happens to them next? Because that's the thing that's a bit of a mystery for a lot of people.
Right, and I know I was fortunate enough to attend the event last year with my kids, and I remember going through, you got to see the treatment rooms, you got to see everything going on, and they were just in awe of what is done there at the center.
I think it is surprising to people. I mean, many of us don't realize that wildlife centers are out there to take care of wildlife, and they don't know what to expect of the care that they're provided with, and they're pretty shocked usually to find out that we have an x-ray unit, we have a full OR, we have treatment areas, we have specific rooms for different species. So our turtles are all in one big turtle room in different containers, of course, but all together. And so we kind of break it down based on species, and staff and volunteers work hours, countless hours in the spring especially, just trying to get these animals back out to the wild.
Right, definitely. So if someone attends the baby shower or open house this weekend, what can they expect? What kind of activities will be going on?
Oh, there's going to be so much. There's a scavenger hunt for kids. There's all kinds of kids stuff. Our education outreach coordinator, Jess, has done a great job at creating a lot of different activities to help children understand wildlife and be not fearful of them, and to have empathy for them, and to understand that these animals are just trying to make it in the world like all of us are, and sometimes they need a little assistance. So it's really good for children to create that empathy and understanding. And then for adults, I think adults are kind of like little kids when they show up at Sandy Pines. They're excited and it's different, and so, there's of course a canteen, so there's a barbecue. There's all kinds of vendors this year. We've got some really great vendors going on. Some from, some from the reserve are coming over, and some from Kingston, and just from all over. We have vendors that are attending, and lots of great stuff for people to see. And then, of course, I think the apex is the tour through the hospital and getting to see what goes on, and talk to our volunteers and our staff about it as well. Like, I really encourage our staff to talk to people and let them know, like, what are you doing, so that so people understand, like, these milk powders that we're feeding these animals are actually specific for the species. So people, these are things people don't understand, that how intricate it really is. They think it's kind of, you know, child's play, that anybody can do this, but it's not. If you're doing it properly, there's a bit of a science behind it. So it's great to open people's eyes up and get that awareness out there.
Yeah, I was surprised at the range of species. So as small as mice, if I remember correctly, and as large as?
I'd say fawns are probably fawns, or coyotes. We do care for some coyotes.
Wow.
Yeah, they're usually not, coyotes are pretty high stress, so they're not on display at the baby shower if we do have any. We don't this year, but we will later on, and they usually are hidden from people for two reasons: to keep them very wild, because a friendly coyote, the saying goes, a friendly coyote is a dead coyote. Not too many people appreciate a coyote that's not fearful of humans and wants to come near you. So we have to take extra effort. So there are species that we care for that only a limited number of people ever care for them. They don't ever see all of the volunteers and all of the staff. They see 3 people maybe ever. And often we're gowned and hidden so that they can't quite see us.
So very unique than any other kind of animal care center.
Yeah, definitely.
Going back to the baby shower, I also remember last year I got a little sucked into the silent auction. Or not silent auction. Was it silent? Or was
there's
it? Two, right? Because I remember getting a little carried away with my hand there.
Yeah, there's a silent and there's a live. And Jason from Pet Value in Kingston comes out and runs our live auction, and he's so much fun. He's great at doing it.
Prizes, I remember.
And we've got so many donations again this year that have been, businesses are so generous to us. We are so appreciative of everything they donate to us. And so there's some great stuff for people to come and check out. Our 50/50 draw, which we run every month, the early bird draw is going to happen on Sunday. So and we will have the sales there at the event too. So and that sometimes goes into several thousands of dollars by the end of the month. So well worth it for people to come and to support your local wildlife center. Like we are the only one in this part of Ontario. The closest rehab centers to us are Ottawa or Toronto. So really we cover quite a large area. And we need your support to do it.
I know that last year, as I was near the near the auction area, the live auction area, I saw someone pull up with an injured animal, and so even during the event,
we keep taking
people know they come, and you guys sprung into action. And
we are admitting patients. We don't stop ever admitting patients. Sandy Pines is open every day of the year, even all of the holidays. So, and you'd be surprised actually, like Christmas Day one year, we admitted a baby bear, a young bear. So like we're always admitting patients. If the need is out there, we try to rise to it.
Still find time for outreach to the community. I know my kids' school have benefited from Zoom calls with Sandy Pines where they shared and educated the children and all that great stuff.
Yeah, we do some tours with kids that it's just fantastic.
So one last thing, so baby showers often come with registries. Is there anything that Sandy Pines would welcome for the baby shower?
Yeah, on our website you can find a gift list. So we do have basically the things we go through the most in the spring, summer, things like toilet paper, paper towel, unsalted nuts. These are things that we go through so much of. All of your laundry soaps, unscented laundry soaps. We do a lot of laundry at Sandy Pines.
Yeah, I bet so.
So yeah, all of that is, if people will bring that as a gift, that's really dearly accepted by us. We need that. It not only does it help us because now we don't have to go shopping for it, so that's less time we have to take out of care of the animals to go get supplies. So those gifts that people bring really save us time and a lot of money.
Okay, well that's wonderful. So as a reminder, that event is happening this Sunday, May 12th from 10 to 4. Free admission. Go on over, have some fun, tour the center, which as we heard is a rare opportunity to do that, and then perhaps give back to an organization that gives so much to our community and really our region. Thanks so much for being here today, Leah.
Thanks for having us.